Howdy, Spartans. Miss Hester here with second period. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, we're going to do percent proportions guided practice. These are the 4 colors we're going to use to make it more outstanding. So go ahead and use your black marker and make a little proportion best friend table up here on the top right and put 100 in the bottom right corner. Okay. Now, our percent proportions is just like our regular proportions where we've set it up in a certain order. Yeah, yeah, and don't set up poo-poo. Yeah, yeah, no poo-poo. Okay, so here's my 100 right here, and that represents 100%. All percents are out of what? 100. Good. So let's read this first. I'd say number 1, but I got a hole punched through it. Mr. Jones teaches math to 125 students. Each day in his first period class, there are 25 students. What percent of the students does the first period class represent? Okay, what are we trying to find here? Are we trying to find a part, a whole, or a percent? We're trying to find a percent. So let me scoot it up just a little bit. All percents go over 100. So with your green marker, put a little percent sign above the 100. There we go. Okay, so in this situation, we're trying to find what percent. So put a little X down there in the percent, because that's what we're looking for with your green. And then in this proportion box, this is just like our best friend table, but they set it up as 2 equivalent ratios. So we're trying to find the percent, put the X over the 100. Wait, I didn't make 100. Put an X there, and then with the black marker, put a 100 down at the bottom. Okay. Now, Mr. Jones teaches math to 125 students. Is that part of his class or his entire class? It's his entire class. His first period has 25 students. That's just part of his students. So 125 total students, that would be our whole number. So right with your blue marker, 125. And wouldn't you say 125 students is 100%? So it's going to go next to the 100%. 125 is the 100%. So down in this table up at the top, right whole, W-H-O-L-E. Ooh, squish. Okay, so 125 is the whole entire amount of class. Now, the red marker is for the part. What's part of the class they're talking about? 25 students. So 25 is the part. And then up here in the top table, I'm going to write part. Okay, now in this top table up here, I've got part over whole, percent over 100. This is just like the poster I hung, you see right above the Promethean board? And then everybody online, yours is in the online folder for proportion posters. Okay, now we're going to solve for this missing value here, this X. I'm going to just use my black marker, or you can use a pencil, it's up to you. Can 125 get to 100 easily? No. Can 125 get to 25 easily? Yes. Multiplicatively, divide by what? 5. Okay, so write divide by 5. What I do to the left side, I have to do the same thing to the right side to keep it equivalent. So what is 100 divided by 5? 20. That's our answer. 20%. Put that up here at the top with my green. 20% of the students are in his first period class. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's go to number 2, which is low. You think it would be left to right, but no, it's top to bottom. Oops, scoot up. All right, number 2. Almost got hole punched. Marcy must read 60 pages of a novel tonight. When she finishes reading the 60 pages, she will have read 15% of the novel. How many pages are in the complete novel? So are we trying to find the part of the novel, the whole novel, or a percent of the novel? We're trying to find the whole. Good. How many pages are in the complete novel? So with my blue, I'm going to put an X where the whole is. Hole's down there. That's what I'm looking for. And then with my black marker, I can automatically put 100 in the bottom right, because 100% would be the entire book, and that's what we're looking for right here. Okay. What is the part of the book that she must read? 60 pages. So 60 goes in the part. Once you identify what you have and you put it in your proportion table, it's pretty easy to solve. And then, of course, every time you see a percent, 15% will save you 15% on Geico. Oops, I forgot my one. 15% goes over 100 automatically. As soon as you see a percent, put it over 100. Set up your proportion table. Okay. Can 100, of course there's a bell, can 100 get up to 15 easily through division? Divided by what? No, it's not going to work. Can 15 go to 60? Times 4. So use that multiplicative relationship on the top. Do the same thing on the bottom. How many total how many total pages are in this book? 400 total pages. So I'm going to go back to my blue because it's all colorful, and 400 represents the total amount. Dun, dun, dun. Next. Top right. 12% of the cars. Ooh, I see a percent. Automatically put the percent over what? 100. So I'm out of ink. There we go. 100, and my percent, I'm using green. So I know the percent is 12. 12% over 100. Okay, now let me read the rest of the question and see what's going on. 12% of the cars that went through the car wash were blue. If 75 cars went through the car wash, how many of the cars were blue? So that's 75 cars. Is that all of the cars or just the blue ones? That's all of them. 75 cars went through the car wash. So that's our whole. That's 100% of the cars. So what we're trying to find out is how many of the cars were blue. So the part is what we are missing. Okay. Once you identify the parts and you put them in the proportion table, we can try to solve. Can 100 go to 75 easily, divided by something? No. Can 100 go to 12 easily, divided by something? 100 times? No. Well, it'd be times a fraction, but no, 100 cannot go to 12. So what we're going to have to do is reduce our 12 and our 100 down to a smaller number and then build it back up. What can 12 and 100 both be divided by? 100 cannot be divided by 6. Well, if I divide by 2, I only get 50. What else can 12 be divided by? Divide by 4. Divide by 4. I'm trying to find a number friendly to get me to 75. What's 12 divided by 4? 3. What's 100 divided by 4? Oh, that's much better. Now, can 25 get me to 75? Times 3. And then what is 3 times 3? 9. So 9 of the cars were blue out of 75 total cars. So 9 is our answer. Okay. Identify the parts, set up the proportion table, reduce if you need to, and find the missing piece. So it's just like what we did Friday. Check vertically for a multiplicative relationship, see if you have anything. If not, maybe check horizontally, see if you have anything there. If you don't have vertical or horizontal, try reducing it down and then building it back up. Okay, number 4. Of the 30 students in Mrs. Barnes' class, 10% of the students made the honor roll. How many students in Mrs. Barnes' class did not make the honor roll? So if 10% made it, what percent did not make it? 90. Okay, so here's my 10%, but we want to know how many did not make it. Do you want to find 10% and then subtract, or just find 90%? What would you rather find? Oh, okay, we can do 90%. All right, so 90% did not make honor roll, and that 90 goes over what number? 100. Good. Okay. Now we got to figure out, is 30 part or the whole? Of the 30 students in her class, 10% made honor roll. 30 is the whole. Okay, let me switch colors. I'm going to go to blue. The whole amount is 30. That goes with 100% of the class. Oops, I forgot. The percent was a 10%, but it said that's for honor roll, and 90% was not honor roll. So I'm going to go ahead and put both, because you could use either one to find the answer. Okay, so then we're trying to find the part here. This is the fun part. I like this part. Now, can 100 go to 30? Divided by 3, no, that would be 33 1/3. Can 100 go to 90 easily? No. So here's a nice little trick. If I take 90 and 100 and reduce them, divide by 10, watch this. 90 divided by 10, cross off the 0. It's 9. 100 divided by 10, cross off the 0. It's 10. So if I have 1 0 on the top and the bottom, cross them off. Now, can 100 get to 30? Can 10 get to 30? I'm sorry. Times 3. And then what's 9 times 3? So 27 students were not on the honor roll.
That's a lot of people.
Out of 30, yeah. Maybe they had all B's. Let's hope they had all B's. Okay, I want to show you one more way to do this one that we just did. Okay, let me set up a proportion table. My 100 down here. I'll still use the 90. And then I'll use the X and the 30. 30. Okay, remember how I crossed off the zeros vertically, the top and the bottom? You can also do that side to side. Watch. The 30 becomes a 3, and the 100 becomes a 10. Now, 10 can't go to 3, but can 10 go to 90? Times 9, and what's 3 times 9? 27, and you still get the same answer. So just know that if you're going to do the cross off the zeros thing, it has to be vertical or horizontal, and it cannot be all of them. You can't cross off all the zeros, just 2 at a time. All right, I'm going to give you time to do the flip side, and then I'm going to make another video going over the back side at the end of class. Go. Bye. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.